Ever had an HOA send fake cops to sabotage your land with spike strips thinking they own your dirt? I'm Elliot Kane, 42, running a 60-acre ranch that's been Kane blood since my great-granddad roped his first steer. Picture me denim shirt boots, scuffed, tending crops and critters on a spread that's half old MacDonald, half family legacy. Golden fields, gray barn horses, whinnying. A year ago, Serenity Meadows, a fancy subdivision, popped up a mile off their McMansions, flashing glass and greed. Their HOA cops spiked my private ranch road, popped my truck's tires, and claimed my tractor's hum broke their rules. What they didn't know: my ranch ain't in their HOA, my deed's bulletproof, and I've got a temper meaner than a cornered rattler. This ain't my first dust-up, but Serenity's stunt was a gut punch. It was a warm September noon, my ranch buzzing, alfalfa swaying, chickens clucking, my Ford F-150 rumbling down the main road that snakes through my land to the homestead. I sell produce at the Sunday farmers market, and folks there, even Serenity's newbies, call my carrots the sweetest. I was hauling feed when my truck lurched, tires hissing like a punctured balloon. I hopped out cursing and found a metal spike strip, jagged, deliberate, buried in the dirt. All 4 tires were toast. Tough rubber deflating fast. Someone had trespassed to plant that trap. Before I could process, 2 figures in black uniforms swaggered up. No badges. Just Serenity Meadows, HOA enforcement patches. The leader, Victor Slade, 40s, bulky with a buzz cut and a smirk, looked like he'd flunked mall cop school. "Mr. Kane," he drawled, gray eyes glinting, "your tractor's noise violates our ordinances. This strips to ensure compliance." His partner, Dana Holt, 30s, fat and paunchy with blonde hair and a scowl, wore a red t-shirt and black skirt, clutching a citation pad. "You owe $1,500 noise, visual pollution, and strip installation." I blinked, hands on hips. "Installation. You spiked my road, private property. This ranch ain't in your..." "My deeds from 1910 predates your cul-de-sacs." Victor snorted. "Our rules cover disturbances within a mile." "Your vehicles are a nuisance." Dana scribbled, her pen sharp. "Pay, or we'll escalate." "Fines, patrols. Maybe impound your tractor. Impound. My John Deere's my lifeline. I've raised horses, Lila, my mare, and crops like kin. This was war." I tried, reasoning. Voice steady. "My road's a mile from your houses. No way. My tractor's waking your kids. Show me your jurisdiction." Victor's smirk widened. "We don't make mistakes. Pay, or we're here daily." I pointed at their uniforms. "No city insignia. You real cops, 'cause this smells illegal." Dana's scowl deepened, but Victor snapped. "Question us, and you'll regret it." They handed me a fine letter, turned and strode off their boots, kicking dust. I grabbed my phone, snapping pics of the strip before yanking it out. Jagged metal, store-bought, not cheap. My barn camera, used for checking foals, didn't cover the road, but I had cams at the homestead gate. I called my sister, Mara Kane, a county records clerk. "Elliot, Serenity's been harassing non-members," she said, voice tight. "They fined a guy for unapproved fences outside their line. Get your deed, a survey, and a lawyer." Mara emailed my 1910 deed and a 2023 Serenity map. My ranch was clear, but their noise zone sketchily overlapped my road. I checked the gate. Cam yesterday. Victor and Dana sneaking near my fence. Victor pointing at my fields, saying, "Prime lot for phase 2, my land." I saved the clip, my gut churning. Serenity wasn't just fining me. They wanted my acres. I called my farmhand, Leo Cruz, 20s, wiry, loyal as a hound boss. "Those fake cops spooked the crew," he said. "Told me I'd be fined for driving the hay truck." Leo's tough, but I was livid. Serenity was bullying my people. I stood by my truck tires, flat. Deed in pocket, Victor and Dana thought they'd cripple a rancher, But I've faced droughts tougher than their tricks. My camera was rolling my lawyer on speed dial, and Serenity's spike strip was about to backfire like a busted carburetor. Y'all Serenity's HOA thinks they're the law, but I'm saddling up for a fight. Smash that like if you've faced fake cops or HOA. Karens, drop your town in the comments where you watching from. Let's see this spark blaze. Serenity Meadows HOA cops thought spiking my ranch road would lasso me into their $1,500 fine for noisy tractors, but Elliot Kane's wrangled worse storms on this 60-acre spread. Victor Slade and Dana Holt, with their fake badges and $800 tire trashing stunt, popped my truck's tires, claiming my ranch clear of their HOA by a 1910 deed was their turf. My gate camera caught them scheming about Phase 2 on my land, and Serenity's McMansions glinted a mile off, all glass and gall. I stood by my gray barn denim shirt, sweaty horses whinnying. The real cops were about to crash their party, and my busted tires were fuel for a fight fiercer than a barn fire. I'd just yanked the spike strip from my road, snapping pics, when Victor and Dana strutted back, black uniforms, badgeless, Victor's buzzcut gleaming. Kane. Victor barked, bulky frame. Looming gray eyes, smug. You're removing HOA property. That's $500. More vandalism. Dana, fat and paunchy blonde hair, loose, wore a red t-shirt and black skirt, scribbling on her pad, brown eyes flashing. Your tractor's still a nuisance. Pay or we'll impound it. I gripped the strip, voice low. You spiked my private road, trespassed, and now you're fining me. I ain't in your HOA 1910 deed county map. You're the vandals, Victor sneered. Our noise ordinance covers a mile. Your ranch disrupts Serenity. I pointed at their uniforms. Real cops wear city badges. Yours look like costume shop rejects. Dana's scowl twitched, but Victor snapped, pay or we'll arrest you. Arrest? I laughed, pulling my phone. Let's call the real law. I dialed 911, reporting trespassing and property damage. Victor's smirk faded. Dana's pen froze. My farmhand, Leo Cruz. 20s, wiry, jogged up his tan face. Tense. Boss, they told me I'd be fined for hauling feed, he said, dark eyes on Dana. Leo's loyal. But Serenity was rattling my crew. 2 sheriff's deputies rolled up in 10 minutes, lights flashing. Deputy Carla Ruiz, 30s, stocky, with a no-nonsense frown, scanned the scene, her olive skin catching the sun. Who's Kane? She asked, brown eyes sharp. I raised a hand, showing the spike strip. These HOA cops spiked my road, popped my tires, claim I owe $2,000. My ranch ain't in their HOA. Here's the deed. I handed over the 1910 deed, and Serenity's 2x23 map. My road clearly outside their line. Victor sputtered. We're enforcing noise rules. His tractor's a disturbance. Dana waved her pad. He vandalized our strip. Carla's partner, Deputy Tom Wells, 50s, lanky, fair-skinned, chuckled, blue eyes twinkling. These costumes ain't fooling nobody. Take 'em off before you're cited for impersonation. Carla eyed the strip. You put this on private property. That's vandalism. Trespassing felony territory. Victor's buzzcut seemed to wilt. Dana's blonde hair drooping. It's HOA property. Victor insisted Carla shut him down. You're not cops, and this ranch ain't yours. Leave, or we're booking you. Tom added. Next time it's cuffs. Victor and Dana retreated, their boots dragging, muttering about legal action. Carla handed me her card. Get a lawyer, Kane. They're trouble. I called Mara Kane, my county clerk's sister, at dusk. Elliot, Serenity's been bullying non-members, she said, voice crisp. Their map's a fraud, overlaps your road. Get a survey and lawyer. Mara emailed a 1910 county plat. My ranch free and clear. I checked my gate. Cam, new clip. Victor and Dana last night. Dana saying this road'd be perfect for access lots. Access my land. I saved it. My blood simmering. Leo helped me duct tape the tires, limping the truck to the barn. Repairs would cost $800. A day's work. Lost my market produce. Don't haul itself. I called my cousin's lawyer, Nora. Blake, 40's a property rights hawk. Elliot, this is harassment, she said, voice like steel. Get a survey. Leo's statement and that footage. We'll sue. I stood by my gate. Camera rolling. Lila the mare grazing Victor, and Dana thought they'd hobble me, but my ranch was my roots and their fake uniforms were about to unravel. The sun was barely up when Leo Cruz, my wiry farmhand, flagged me down by the gray barn, his tan face tight. Boss, those HOA goons are back, he said, pointing to the ranch gate. Told me I'd be fined for feeding. Lila claims her neighing's a violation, Leo 20's. Tough as a fence post was steaming, Serenity Meadows, targeting my mare. That's lower than a snake's belly. I grabbed my 1910 deed and stormed over, finding Victor Slade and Dana Holt by my private road. Victor's bulky frame sweating in his black uniform, buzz cut. Shining gray eyes, smug. Mr. Kane, he barked. Your livestock's a disturbance. $750 fine. Dana, fat and paunchy blonde hair, loose, wore a red t-shirt and black skirt scribbling on her pad. Brown eyes sharp. Your barn's paint is non-compliant too. Fix it or we'll escalate. Escalate. I'd sooner let my chickens roost in their McMansions. Escalate, I roared, waving the county plat. You spiked my road, trashed my tires, and now you're fining my horse. This ranch ain't in your HOA. Check the map, Victor sneered. Our ordinances cover a mile. Your animals stink up Serenity. I tried, reasoning horses. Neigh crops need tractors. But Dana cut in. Pay, or we'll impound your mare. Impound Leela. My fists clenched. I called Nora Blake, my lawyer, at noon. My Elliot. They're grasping, she said, voice like a whip. Their 2023 map's a fake. Claims your road as an easement. Get a survey, Leo's statement, and post your gate footage on X-Tank. Their image. Nora emailed, Serenity's bylaws, fines, only for members. My ranch, free as a Mustang. I checked my gate. Cam. New clip, Victor snapping barn photos. Dana muttering, this'd be a great access point once he's out. Access my land. I saved it. My blood boiling. At dusk, I fired up X, posting the gate clips. Serenity Meadows, HOA, spikes my private road fines. My horse wants my ranch for lots. HOA scam. I shared the $2,750 fine letter, my deed, and a shot of Lila grazing, captioned, hands off my mare. By nightfall, 5,000 views, 1,000 reposts. Farmers market regulars were furious. Leo scrolling, X grinned. Boss Serenity's homeowners are livid. Say the cops ruined their elite brand. A local news blog ran it. Rancher battles HOA fraud. Serenity's sales dipped per a realtor friend. Next morning, Victor and Dana were back hassling my neighbor, Ms. Rosa 60s, for her unkempt peach orchard. Outside their line, I rallied Leo at the barn, his boots scuffing hay. They're scaring my cousin, he said. Told him he'd lose his job hauling our carrots. I posted again, spike strip photos, the deputy's card, and the fraudulent map tagging the county Serenity's stealing land. Our stop HOA. Views hit 12,000 homeowners, vowing to ditch dues. My cam caught Victor's truck circling my gate at night. Dana's blonde hair a shadow I called Mara Kane. My county clerk's sister Elliot. Serenity's board's panicking, she said. Your posts are killing their market. Get that survey, counties probing their map. Mara sent a 2022 HOA map, my road falsely labeled Serenity Access. Pure fraud, Nora texted. Surveys booked. Get Rosa's statement. She's ready to fight. I nodded. Picturing Rosa's orchard fined for clutter, I stood by my tractor deed in pocket alfalfa. Swaying, Victor and Dana thought they'd corral me. But my ex-posts were a wildfire, and Serenity's next swing was gonna burn y'all. Serenity's HOA's sinking faster than a rock in a creek, and I'm just getting started. Hit that like button hard. If you've battled HOA crooks, Serenity Meadows' HOA was shaking like a spooked colt after my ex-posts hit 20,000 views, exposing their cops, spiking my ranch road, and fining my mare Lila for neighing Victor Slade and Dana Holt with their $3,500 fine pile. Got schooled by real deputies for trespassing, but kept harassing my neighbor, Ms. Rosa, and my farmhand Leo. My 1910 deed gate camera clips and a fresh land survey proved Kane Ranch ain't their sandbox, and Serenity's McMansions, a mile off, flickered with fading prestige. I stood by my gray barn, denim shirt crusted with dust, alfalfa fields swaying. Lila's whinny echoing their board sent a new face to beg for a truce. But I had Nora Blake's legal dynamite, a county probe, and a grudge, harder than my tractor's steel dawn. Broke over the ranch, the air thick with dew and the scent of hay. Leo Cruz. My wiry farmhand leaned on a fence post by the corral, scrolling X on his phone, his tan face alight with mischief. Boss Serenity's board's losing it, he said, dark eyes gleaming. Homeowners are ditching dues. Your posts are torching their luxury scam. Leo 20's tough as mesquite root pointed to my latest post, a gate cam clip of Dana muttering about access points on my land, captioned HOA, eyeing my ranch for lots. Had no sale. It had 4,000 reposts, farmers market regulars, and locals howling for blood. Serenity's property values had dipped 6%. Per my realtor buddy, and their shiny new lots sat unsold, ghosts of their greed. I checked my mailbox, half expecting another fine letter to join the stack. Sure enough, a crisp envelope demanded $1,000 for non-compliant fence posts. Non-compliant. My cedar fence, weathered by decades, was standing when Serenity's architects were in diapers. I called Nora Blake, my lawyer, her voice cutting through the morning quiet like a blade. Elliot, their board's on the ropes, she said. Your survey's airtight. Your road and fields are yours. Their 2023 map's a fraud, claiming an easement over your land. Post it on X, and we'll prep the lawsuit. Nora emailed, the survey my 60 acres, clear as a summer sky, with Serenity's fake easement scribbled like a kid's doodle. I uploaded it to X, tagging the county assessor Serenity's stealing land with fake maps. HOA fraud. By lunch, 25,000 views, comments flooding with sue 'em and check your deeds. Mid-afternoon, a sleek Tesla purred up my road, not Victor's dusty truck. Lydia Marsh, 50s, wiry with cropped gray hair and a smile tighter than a banker's wallet, stepped out, her navy blazer stark against my corral's splintered posts. Mr. Kane, she said, green eyes flickering nervously. I'm Serenity's new secretary. The board wants to meet. Clear this mess quietly. I crossed my arms, boots planted in the dirt, sizing her up. Clear after your goons spiked my tires, fined my horse, and scared my crew. Lydia shifted her polished loafers, sinking in mud, glancing at Leo, who smirked, leaning on a shovel. Victor and Dana overstepped, she said, voice thin. We'll review your fines if you curb tractor noise and repaint your barn to match community standards. Community standards. My barn's gray was good enough for 3 generations of Kanes. I smelled a trap, but nodded. Grabbing my survey deed camera clips and a thermos of coffee, Mara Kane, my county clerk's sister, texted Lydia's tied to the old board. Don't trust her. Smile. I headed to Serenity's community center, a gaudy palace with fake marble columns, polished floors, and chandeliers that screamed, we overspent. Inside, 50 homeowners crammed the room, a mix of Serenity's polo shirt elite and my market pals in flannel. Some waved. Others glared their iced coffees, sweating. Victor and Dana slouched at a front table, Victor's buzz cut drooping like his ego gray eyes dodging mine. Dana fat and paunchy blonde hair, loose in a red t-shirt and black skirt. Brown eyes fixed on her idle citation pad. Lydia stood at a podium, her blazer stiff as her spine. "We're addressing enforcement concerns," she said, voice wobbling, avoiding my gaze. "Mr. Kane, we propose dropping your fines if you comply with noise limits and aesthetic guidelines." I stood, boots thumping the glossy floor, coffee thermos in hand. "Comply, I ain't in your party HOA 1910, deed, 2023, survey, your own bylaws, say so." I held up the survey, its clean lines exposing their fake easement. "You spiked my road, harassed my hands, and plotted to steal my land for access lots." I played the gate clip on my phone, Dana's voice booming. "Great access, once he's out." The room erupted, homeowners shouting, "You're fining non-members. What's this land scam?" A guy in a golf shirt yelled, "My lot's worth 10% less." Another, a mom with a stroller, snapped, "We're not paying dues for this." Victor's face turned beet red, his buzz cut practically steaming. "That clip's edited," he bellowed, but Dana's pad hit the floor with a clatter. Lydia raised her hands. "We'll investigate." But the crowd wasn't buying it. 15 homeowners stormed out, vowing to boycott dues. Leo, live streaming on X, from the back, hit 30,000 views, his grin wide as my pasture. Ms. Rosa, 60s, her gray braid swaying, stood up, voice like gravel. "They find my orchard outside their line. I'm with Elliot." Lydia's forced smile crumbled her gray hair, limp as her excuse. I leaned toward her, voice low over the chaos. "Lydia, your map frauds with the county DA. My lawyers got you dead to rights." Her green eyes widened, her blazer sagging. "We'll reconsider patrols," she stammered. Victor and Dana bolted their truck's tires, squealing outside. Leo nudged me, whispering, "Boss X is exploding. Realtors say Serenity's lots are radioactive." Nora texted, "HOA board's meeting tomorrow." "They're cracking. Keep the pressure on," Mara chimed in. "Counties fast-tracking their map probe." I stood by my gate that evening, survey tucked in my pocket, Lila grazing under a pink sky. Serenity's board was teetering, but their next move, double down, or beg, was coming, and I was ready to ride this storm to the end. Serenity Meadows HOA was crumbling like a stale biscuit after my ex-posts hit 50,000 views, exposing their cops, spiking my ranch road, and fining my mare Lila for neighing Victor Slade and Dana Holt with their $4,500 fine stack, got chased off by deputies, while Lydia Marsh's truce flopped at their gaudy community center. My 1910 Deedgate camera clips and land survey proved Kane Ranch ain't their turf, and Serenity's, McMansion's a mile off, dimmed as homeowners ditched dues. I stood by my gray barn, denim shirt, dusty alfalfa fields, golden under a wide sky. The HOA's board was begging to settle my lawsuit, but Elliot Kane, "Don't bend my ranch," is my blood, and I was ready to brand their defeat at sunrise. Leo Cruz, my wiry farmhand, grinned by the corral, his tan face bright as he scrolled X. "Boss Serenity's board folded," he said, showing a post. "They're offering cash, an apology. No more fake cops." Leo, 20s, tough as a longhorn, had stood by me when Dana threatened his job. My posts with clips of Victor plotting access lots sparked a dues boycott, and local news screamed, "Rancher exposes HOA fraud. Serenity's sales were dead." Per my realtor pal, their lots as empty as their promises. I called Nora Blake, my lawyer, over coffee. "Elliot, they're done," she growled, voice like steel. "Your survey clips and Rose's statement are bulletproof counties probing their map fraud. They'll settle. $1,000 for damages, legal fees, paid public apology, and a filed admission. Your ranch owes nothing." Nora emailed their offer, signed by Lydia Marsh, now interim president. Mara Kane, my county clerk's sister, texted, "Victor and Dana are out." Lydia's scrambling to save face counties nailing their map scam. The settlement was set at my ranch, not their tacky center. 60 folks, Serenity, homeowners, market regulars and neighbors like Missy's. Rosa gathered by my barn, Lila grazing nearby her mane, catching the noon sun. My alfalfa fields swayed, chickens clucked, and the air smelled of earth and victory. Lydia arrived in her Tesla, 50s wiry gray hair, limp navy blazer, wrinkled, McCain, she said, green eyes, downcast. Serenity. Meadows apologizes for the enforcement errors. Your fines were invalid. You're not in our HOA. She handed me a county-filed letter, voiding all fines, a $12,000 check, and a shaky nod. We've disbanded our patrol unit. I crossed my arms. Boots. Firm in the dirt, errors. You spiked my road, harassed my crew, faked a map to steal my land for lots. I held up the 2023 survey, its clean lines exposing their easement lie. You scared, Rosa threatened Leo, called my ranch a nuisance. Homeowners murmured, some nodding, others snapping pics. Leo live-streamed on X 40,000 views. Rosa, 60s gray braid, swinging, stepped up. They fined my orchard outside their line. Elliot's fight saved us. A Serenity. Dad, 40s in a polo, shouted, we're done with HOAs. Greedy liars. Lydia's blazer sagged, her smile. Gone, Nora. 40s. Hawk-eyed, strode forward. Her suit, sharp Serenity's map, frauds with the DA. Victor and Dana faced charges for impersonation. The crowd cheered, market folks clapping, Serenity residents swapping numbers with my hands. A kid pet, Lila giggling. Lydia mumbled, we'll reform bylaws, and shuffled to her Tesla tires, crunching gravel. Word was, Victor and Dana skipped town, their truck spotted at a pawn shop, fake badges likely scrapped. Weeks later, Serenity's new board sent a sign for my gate. Kane Ranch free, forever neighbor. To Serenity, Leo and my crew rebuilt the spiked road, smoother now, no fines. At a market barbecue, Rosa brought peach pie. Serenity folks mingled with ranch hands. Kids chasing chickens. Mara dropped by. Grinning, county redrew Serenity's map. Your road's untouchable. My gate cam still rolling, caught a sunset alfalfa glowing. No HOA goons in sight. Serenity's got a few holdouts still griping about standards, but my ranch stands tall. Carrots, sweeter than ever. At the market, I walk the road at dusk. Tractor humming, community stitched tight, Victor's spike strip rust in a ditch somewhere. This fight wasn't just about tires. It was about roots, my ranch. My family's sweat stood because I dug deep deed survey camera and a loud mouth on X. Serenity learned, you don't spike a rancher's road without getting the horns. Y'all. Serenity's HOA's dust. My ranch is free. Smash that like button. If you've crushed HOA scams, drop your town in the comments where you watching this video. Got a bully story. Share from Montana to Miami. Let's make this victory. Thunder.